And then that's why we are talking here about flying like a bird. So, and then you have to discuss, how do you think Rossi controls his aircraft? Have you ever thought about the way he controlled the aircraft, people?
I think maybe with his body, like, how can I say dependendo? Em qual direção?
Depending on in which direction he wants to move. Depending on.
Okay, depending on.
Which direction?
Which direction?
Yes.
He's want to.
Okay, he wants to fly too. That's okay. And that's it. And what else? Yasmin.
I think he has two controls in his hands to define the direction.
That's okay. And how do you think Ross stays safe when he's flying, people? If something bad happens, how can he save himself?
It's more difficult. Probably parachutes.
Parachutes, yes, parachutes. I would say that Rossi, let's take a look here, because that's the what's his full name, remember? Started the lesson, I forgot his name. You remember his full name or no? Yves Rossi. Let's take a look here. Let's see Yves Rossi landing. Oh, this one here. Easy.
He said fly, but it looked like he was just floating.
Yeah, he was floating. I didn't see the rest. Let's see. Maybe he will fly now. Let's take a look. Floating, floating, floating. I think it's a test flight, Yasmin. That's why. Yeah. Or maybe now, look at that. Maybe now, maybe now, maybe now. He's go. Yeah! Yay! There we go. Oh my goodness. Ah, he opens the parachute. Wow. Okay, so there is a parachute. There is a parachute. Okay, so that's it. So we saw that now this is a nice one. Okay, I'll copy the link and send to you. Now we see how he floats, and then of course he also uses the parachute. That's okay. So let's see what happened now. Okay, because we have here the way he controls and how he stays safe. Okay. Now we have the audio material that I would like to share. Okay, the flying man. Let's take a look at the exercise here, the unit 5. I'll put the audio. Everybody can follow because I will ask you to read. I will ask you to read. That's 5.8. Tell me if you can hear, okay? Can you hear?
Flying like a bird. A man stands at the open door of a helicopter, around 2,000 meters above the ground. On his back is a jet-powered wing. He starts his 4 engines and then jumps from the helicopter, diving toward the ground at great speed. The man arches his back to stop the dive, and now he's flying. This is not a scene from an action movie. It's just another day for the jetman, Yves Rossi. I really have the feeling of being a bird, says Rossi. He has little equipment and no controls to help steer the wing. He changes his direction simply by moving his body. It's really pure flying. It's not steering, it's flight. He only has 2 instruments, one to tell him the current height and another to tell him how much fuel he has. It's a different world from Rossi's previous career as an airline pilot, but safety is still important. If something goes wrong, Rossi has 2 parachutes for himself and another for his wing. If one engine stops, he can continue on 3 or even 2. So plan B, always a plan B, explains Rossi. After just less than 10 minutes, the fuel is almost empty. Rossi opens his parachute and he begins to fall gently to the ground. Another successful flight is complete. In the future, Rossi hopes to make this kind of flight safer, and as he says, I hope it will be for everybody.
Okay, people, now it's done. And then I would like to have your reading now. Okay, so let me see how many paragraphs do we have here. Like 1, 2, 3. Okay. The big paragraph, can be read. Oh, Lucas is back. Hey, Lucas, how are you?
Morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
So,
So, what happened? Are you sick?
I am tired.
Oh, tired. I know life is not easy, Lucas. But Lucas, we are here recording the classes. We're on page 60. And I will ask everybody to read. I will put here the way you can read. Just a second, okay? It's gonna be nice. Let me put maybe a heart. So we have a heart here, another heart here. Oh no, maybe not. Here. And then a heart here, and the last one here, right? So I will ask Lillian to read the first heart. Fernanda reads the second. Yasmin the third. Leticia the fourth. And Lucas the fifth. Let's see if Cesar Cesar is still struggling. Let's go, please. Start, Lillian.
A man is standing at the open door of a
Helicopter.
Helicopter around 2,000 meters above the ground. On his back is a jet-powered winged plane. He starts his four engines and then jumps from the helicopter. Diving toward the ground at great speed. The man arches his back to stop due to drive, and now he's flying. This is not a scene from an action movie. It's just another day for the jet man. He is rough.
I really have the feeling of being a bird, says Rossi. He has little equipment and no controls to help steer the wing. He changes his direction simply by moving his body. It's really pure flying. It's not steering, it's flying. He only has two instruments, one to tell him the current height and another to tell him how much fuel he has.
It's a different world from Rossi's previous career as an airline pilot, but safety is really important. If something goes wrong, Rossi has two parachutes for himself, another for his wing. If one engine stops, he can continue on 3 or even 2. So plan B, always a plan B, explains Rossi.
After just less than 10 minutes, the fuel is almost empty. Rossi opens his parachute and he begins to fall gently to the ground. Another successful flight is complete. In the future, Rossi hopes to make this kind of flight safer, and he says, I hope it will be for everybody.
That's okay. So you see, and then in this case, in the future, when it's very safe, we can ask Yasmin to join us.
No, thanks. Yes, I don't play.
Yes, nobody wants to take that, right? I know it's not easy. Okay, so Jetman in several places. Look at that. That was the TED Talk. I don't know if you guys had the chance to watch the TED Talk. And this one here is interesting flight. Let me show you this. Okay.
Gentlemen, contact with Atos. Go in 10 seconds. Merci les gars, extraordinaire.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I was just wondering, these guys flying that way, at the same speed as a real jet plane. Isn't it interesting? That's interesting to see. Okay, so that was the reading for this lesson. We go now to, excuse me?
Just to see is interesting.
Yes, just to see, because I see, for example, even in my case here, I don't think I would be brave enough to go. Okay, so we understand the process. The idea is to understand the process. Okay, the jetman. Look at the diagram. Can you number the sequence 1 to 4 for me? Is it possible? Who puts the sequence for me?
Roosevelt,
Yes.
what means arches? Arches.
Arches, when you move your back, it's straight, and then you make like an arc, curvar.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you arches. He arches his back to stop the dive and starts to fly.
3?
You can start with number 1, okay, if you like it.
Oh. So number 1, B, he stands at the door of a helicopter or an airplane and starts his engines.
That's it. Okay, that's letter B. And
Start engines. What's this?
yes, and starts he starts his engines. Ele dá ignição aos motores. Ok? Ele dá ignição aos motores. What else?
Letter D, 2. He jumps and dives toward the ground.
Okay, letter D, that's okay, very nice. Next.
Letter A, he arches his back to stop the dive and starts to fly.
Fantastic.
And letter C, he opens his parachutes and lands safely on the ground. 4.
That's
Number
okay. Okay, people, so this was the sequence. Okay, as you said that, perfect. Okay, that's the process. It's the process how it happens. You could do a process, for example, how to prepare brigadeiro. Okay, and you have to follow steps. Okay, anyone here good at preparing brigadeiro? Yasmin shows a face.
Yes, I am.
You are you good at preparing brigadeiro, Lilian?
Yes.
Lilian, you should prepare more brigadeiro for us, okay? Okay, so, and then people, you see the sequence that's important. And when you tell something in a sequence, it's easier for anybody to understand, okay? Let's go to the next. Now we have here understanding quotes. Circle the correct answers, okay? Why does Rossi say it's really pure flying? What does Rossi say it's really pure flying? What's your opinion? Letter A or B?
Letter B.
Letter B.
Because his wings move up and down like a bird's wings.
Okay, because his wing move up and down like a bird wings, because he controls his direction using only his body. Are you sure it's letter B or letter A, people? Anybody else with a different opinion?
For me, it was letter A.
Yes, that's letter A, okay. Yeah, and Lilian, the wings the wings don't move up and down. The wings are fixed. They are rigid. It's just moving the body. Just moving the body, okay? All right, so number 2. What does Rossi mean when he says, plan B, always a plan B? What does it mean?
It's important to have another option if something doesn't work.
Yes. Okay. So do you people have a plan B in life? Yes or no?
For some things, yes, other, no.
Okay, very nice. All right. So, and number 3, what does Rossi mean when he says, I hope it will be for everybody? What does that mean?
He hopes that everybody will be able to fly like him.
Yes, that's it. He hopes that everybody will be able to fly like him. Okay, so but I know Yasmin doesn't hope.
He can fly by himself.
Yeah, that's it. So he doesn't need you. He doesn't need you. Okay, that was the exercise as well. Okay, and then now let's go to the next. We have the, let me clear up here. Just a second. When we go to the building vocabulary, complete the summary using the words in blue from the passage. Okay, so we have the words in blue here. Let me see here, look at that. engines, equipment, steer, fuel, parachutes. You have to put the words here. Anyone completed? You can check it out now. Please start.
Rossi doesn't need much machines when he flies. First,
Excuse me?
Rossi doesn't need much machines. Engine
Machine or equipment?
equipment. Yes, equipment.
Okay. Next.
He used his body to steer and use a parachute when he lands.
That's okay.
When he lands.
It's okay. He uses a parachute. This is a parachute. All right. Number 4. Number 4.
He cares enough fuel to fly for 10 minutes.
Excuse me?
He carries enough fuel to fly for 10 minutes.
He carries enough fuel.
Yeah.
Okay, to fly for 10 minutes. And the last one? Now is the word that Yasmin said at the beginning, engines. Okay. Now it's complete. I will ask Lucas to read for us this passage. Please, Lucas, read the entire passage.
Letter A.
Letter A, yes.
This Rossi doesn't much equipment when he flies. He uses his body to steer and uses a parachute when he lands. He carries enough fuel to fly 10 minutes. His engines give him to speed to stay in the air.
Os engines.
Genius.
Engines, isn't steer. That's okay, very nice. So very good, people, we finished this on, and then let's go to critical thinking. Inferring, why do you think Yves Rossi has a parachute for his wing as well as for himself? Why one parachute for the wings? Yeah, one for the wing and one for himself.
The wings are probably very heavy and expensive.
Okay. Yes.
So you don't have to do another one. They have parachutes. And for him, obviously, he can stay safe.
Fantastic. That's it. Would you people dive in skydive or no? Would you do a dive in the parachute?
Dive.
Yeah, diving, skydiving. Called skydiving, okay? Free fly. No.
If I have an paragliding today, probably I would too.
Yeah, look at that. So that's the sky. Oh, this guy here was the crazy one. Okay. So wingsuits. Okay, there are many dream jump, Dubai, no, but I mean just the skydiving. Okay, the skydiving. Okay, skydiving. Skydiving. So people learn how it goes, okay? How it works is skydiving. So I don't know whether I would do that. Skydiving. Look at this.
In this video, we'll demonstrate a floating solo exit. There are a variety of ways you might orient yourself as you exit the airplane, and the floating exit is often the first one you'll learn. In a floating exit, the skydiver leaves from outside the plane with their head up. Grasp the bar with your right hand about 1 foot from the front of the door. Place your right foot on the edge of the door, also about 1 foot from the front of the door, and pivot about your right foot as you climb out. The wind can be very strong and push you back towards the rear of the door. As you climb out, keep your chest close to the edge of the door to reduce the pressure from the wind. As you climb out, your left hand can grab the bar forward of your right hand, and your left foot can rest on the floor forward of your right foot. As you settle into your stance, put all your weight on the ball of your right foot with pressure leaning slightly forward into the wind. Be strong as you lift your left foot off the floor, opening up your hips and chest to be more presented to the wind. With a strong forward-leaning stance, look up as you begin your count. Swing your leg out, in, out. Your trajectory off the plane should be away, up, and a bit forward into the wind as you arch, with arms and legs out strong but relaxed. Once you're comfortable, you can turn to your partner as needed. Here's the floating exit one more time. Take your time climbing out and getting into a strong, comfortable stance. Take a deep breath before doing your count. Try to relax and allow yourself to feel the wind as you leave the plane. Picture yourself doing the exit perfectly. Smile and have fun. Thank you for watching the Rhythm Skydiving Instructional Series.
Okay, it's just a smile and then you fly. Okay?
Try to relax.
That's it, try to relax, okay? So one of the things, I'm not sure whether I skydive. People say that after you have kids, you don't want to take risks anymore, okay? So you have to do this before you get married. After you get married, you can do this kind of stuff, okay? That's okay. Let's go back here, flying with Jetman. I need a volunteer to read for me the TED Talks here. Who reads for me, please?
Rick's rules is either work is spreading is that by integrate our bodies with new technology. We can experience with three of who are flying in his unique aircraft. He can climb to an altitude of several thousand meters. He can also go fast at the speed for a passenger's plane.
That's okay. So look at that. That's what he said, okay? We saw him flying as fast as a jet plane. That's interesting, okay? If you had the chance to watch, that's a good one to watch full, okay? Now read the paragraph, match each bold word to its meaning. For example, aircraft, climb, altitude, and speed. How did you spread here the words? A volunteer, please.
First, how fast something moves. Speed.
Speed, very nice. Thank you, excellent. Next.
Number 2, plane is helicopters, etc. Aircraft.
Aircraft, okay. Number 3.
Is age,
Height.
hind, climb?
Height, it's altitude.
Ah, okay.
Altitude. Altitude. And move upward is climb. Okay, that's it. So now we have the correct words. Okay. Altitude. Altitude. And of course, I sent that to our group. Okay, we have all the answers. Excellent. Now we go to viewing. We're gonna watch the TED Talk one more time, okay?
Travou para você, Yasmin?
Ele comentou no grupo que deu problema.
Ah,
Hey, hello, everybody. My computer crashed again. Can you believe?
Hello.
Stopped everything. I can speak now.
A Vivo está bloqueando, acho que o sinal de áudio, de vídeo meu aqui. Eu precisei entrar no 4G.
Ah, really? Why?
Yes. I don't know. I will call to them.
Vivo doesn't like you.
Yes.
That's the problem. Okay.
It's lagging. In 4G, it's lagging.
Okay. So I have to stop my computer here because the computer crashed. Nothing is working here. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. And I have to restart everything.
I put in cell
Recording in
phone,
progress.
but it's lagging.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, you're back now, Cesar. I can see you. Okay, but let me start the computer because that was really bad. But we continue because I have the book in my hands, okay? I have the books here. Yay! Yes.
I have a question about the word even. When I use
the word even.
Yes.
The word even, okay. Even, I will put for you on chat, okay? Even is the word mesmo, okay? So, or even also can mean par, okay? And odd means impar, okay? And even so, mesmo assim, okay? Even if, mesmo se, okay? That's the use of even, okay?
Okay.
And let me put here get the computer back again. And the next lesson, we are on preview. Previewing would be a video, but the video, I can't put the video. I will ask Cesar, are you using the cell phone?
Yes, cell phone in 4G.
Okay. I will ask Yasmin to put the video for us. Yasmin, you're gonna be the host in order to share the screen. Okay, just a second. I'll put here Yasmin as a host. Let me see here. She's co-host. Cesar will be co-host as well, Cesar. Because if something happens to me, and I will ask Yasmin to share the video in this case. Okay, let me get the video. I'll put on WhatsApp for you, Yasmin, until the computer goes back here, because my computer is due now. 5.9, the link. I'll get the link up to Yasmin. Okay, I put for you. Can you share the screen, Yasmin, for everybody?
I'm needed. You can see?
Yeah, now we can see. Very nice. Did you share the sound?
Listen?
Yes, yes, perfect.
Many of the tests are conducted while Eve is strapped into the wing because Eve's body is an integral part of the aircraft. The wing has no steering controls, no flaps, no rudder. Eve uses his body to steer the wing. When he arches his back, he gains altitude. Pushes his shoulders forward, he goes into a dive.
There's Voici. The wing is open. The wing is open. So our first critical moment, it's open. He's down. Is he flying? It looks like he's stabilized. He's starting to make his climb. There's that 90-degree turn you're talking about, taking him out. He's out over the channel. There's Voici. There is no turning back now. He is over the English Channel and underway. Ladies and gentlemen, a historic flight has begun. There he is. Voici has landed in England. And now he's in Edinburgh. Voici.
Wow. It's okay, Yasmin. Thank you very much for helping us. And I'm now almost ready with the computer. I'm just trying here to get everything done. But let's go to the questions. We have here the viewing, okay? Watch part 1 of the TED Talk. What happens when Rossi does these things? Match we're gonna match it, okay? There's one extra. So he arches his back. What happens when he arches his back? Number 1. Anyone?
He flies up.
He arches his back. What happened? He flies up. He flies up, that's fine. And before I move here, I will open my computer, but it's gonna make a lot of noise. Okay. Let's see if it doesn't make a noise for you. Just a second. It flies up, that's nice. And then the next one is he pushes his shoulder forward. What happens when he pushes his shoulder forward?
Fly down.
Okay, now I'm back again. Okay. So when he pushes his shoulders forward, he flies down. So this movement was that he's arching his back, and when he just pushes his shoulder, he flies down. So that was the basic movement he did all the time. Okay, like arching and pushing shoulders forward. So that was the way he fly. So that's pretty simple.
Looks. Just look.
The only thing you don't have a flight attendant to serve it. Okay. But the rest, everything is fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm back here. Thank you for waiting for me. Okay. And now we get this, we have the only letter B doesn't connect. Only letter A, number 1 letter A, number 2 letter C. And now we have the 5.10, which we're gonna watch now. Okay, now watch part 2 of the talk and complete the notes. So now you have to pay attention because you're gonna complete these notes. Let me see if I have it here. 5.10. I will open up the screen for everybody. Just a second.
fun. It's fun. I don't have feathers, but yeah, I feel like a bird sometimes. It's really an unreal feeling because normally you have a big things, a plane around you, and when I strap just this little harness, this little wing, I have really the feeling to be a bird. It was about 20 years ago when I did discover free falling. When you go out of an airplane, you are almost naked, you take a position like that, and especially when you take a tracking position, you have the feeling that you are flying. And that's the nearest thing to the dream. You have no machine or around you. You are just in the element. It's very short and only in one direction. It's about 300 kilometers per hour before looping. That means about 190 miles per hour. When I exit full of kerosene, I'm about 55 kilos. I have 55 kilos on my back. First to instruct a younger guy. I want to share it, to do formation flights. I plan to start from a cliff, like catapulted from a cliff.
So instead of jumping off a plane, yes?
Yes, with the final goal to take off, but with initial speed.
Yeah.
Really, I go step by step. It seems a little bit crazy, but it's not. It's possible to start already now. It's just too dangerous. Thanks the increase of the technology, better technology, it will be safe. And I hope it will be for everybody.
Yves, thank you very much. Yves Rossi.
Okay, so people, just take a look at that. Do you want me to repeat or you got all the answers? Did you get all the answers or do you want me to repeat?
But for me, you can repeat.
Okay, it's a good idea. Let's repeat that because you have the questions. Look at that. What's flying like? How did he become a jet man? What's his top speed? What's the weight of his equipment? And what's next for Jetman, okay? So let's put this one here.
It's fun. It's fun. I don't have feathers, but yeah, I feel like a bird sometimes. It's really an unreal feeling because normally you have a big things, a plane around you, and when I strap just this little harness, this little wing, I have really the feeling to be a bird. It was about 20 years ago when I did discover free falling. When you go out of an airplane, you are almost naked, you take a position like that. And especially when you take a tracking position, you have the feeling that you are flying. And that's the nearest thing to the dream. You have no machine or around you. You are just in the element. It's very short and only in one direction. It's about 300 kilometers per hour before looping. That means about 190 miles per hour. When I exit full of kerosene, I'm about 55 kilos. I have 55 kilos on my back. First, to instruct a younger guy, I want to share it, to do formation flights. I plan to start from a cliff, like catapulted from a cliff.
So instead of jumping off a plane, yes?
Yes, with the final goal to take off, but with initial speed.
Yeah.
Really, I go step by step. It seems a little bit crazy, but it's not. It's possible to start already now. It's just too dangerous. Thanks the increase of the technology, better technology, it will be safe. And I hope it will be for everybody.
Yves, thank you very much. Yves Rossi.
Okay, excellent. Now let's go to the idea here. Okay. So now, first question here. Okay. How did he become a jetman? How did he become jetman?
Has got the idea 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Very nice. That's it. He got the idea 20 years ago when he discovered free falling. Free falling. That's okay. Does everybody know what free falling is or no?
No.
No? Free falling is very interesting, okay? Free falling. Free falling is great. You're gonna see what it is, okay? Just a second. Now you see. That's free falling. So you see, Leticia, free falling is basically falling without opening your parachutes, okay? So you keep falling and falling and falling and falling until it comes to the point that you need to open the parachute, okay? That's free falling. And you keep falling for a long time, a very long time. It's okay. What's flying like, people? What's flying like?
He feels like a bird.
It feels like a bird. Remember the song at the beginning? So we have the song. What was the song?
Forgot the name.
Yeah, I mean like a bird, okay? Like a bird. That's Nelly Furtado. Nelly Furtado. That was the song I put on the group for everybody to listen after class, okay? What his top speed about? What's his top speed about?
About 3,000 kilometers per hour.
3,000. 3,000 is
100.
300. Okay. 3,000 would be faster than the what's the airplane? The fastest airplane we had on planet? Do you remember the Cesar, the fastest airplane we had, Concorde?
Concorde.
Yeah,
Two times the speeds, the sound speed.
That's it. So 300 kilometers per hour would be faster than Concorde, I believe. 3,000 kilometers per hour, too much. Okay. And nowadays, the airplanes reach 1,000 up to 1,000 kilometers per hour in the cruise at the cruise speed. But a Concorde was what's the maximum speed of Concorde?
Concorde, two times 2.400 km por hora.
Ah, okay, 2,400 kilometers per hour. That's a lot. That's a lot. What's the weight of his equipment, people? What's the weight of his equipment?
55.
55. 55.
Yes.
That's 55. 55. And what's next for Jetman?
Teach a younger guy.
To teach a younger guy. Why?
Taking off from a cliff.
He wants to try taking off from a cliff, and the reasons because he needs other people to continue his activities, right? That would be one of the reasons as well. Okay, so free falling is interesting. We saw that. I think it's very appealing. I don't know whether I would be brave enough. I told you. Okay. Now we have the questions here. Rossi hopes that his kind of flying will be for everybody in the future. How does technology need to improve for this to be possible? What do you people believe that technology will improve for everybody to do this? In your opinion?
Being more accessible.
More accessible, yes. More accessible for everybody, okay. That's okay. What else?
He needs knowing
Aerodynamics, yes. That's a good idea. To learn about aerodynamics. Why is it important, Cesar, to learn about aerodynamics?
The drag is very important.
I know, I understand the drag. The drag.
Yes. It's very difficult to advance with dragging, push back you.
Pushing you back.
That's
okay.
It's a professional sustentação lift.
The lift.
The lift. The more fast you go, more drag you have.
Okay. All right. The faster you go, the more drag you have.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. This is science. You have to understand that. If you don't, that's okay. So, and not only this, what about safety? What about safety?
Zero.
Zero. Yes. No, but there's a parachute.
I don't believe in parachute.
You don't trust? You don't trust?
Yeah.
Yes, a parachute would be incredible. Okay, what we have here and is that before we move to the next page, vocabulary in context, I will ask you please to tell me about the presentations from last week. Remember that we got the presentations. Do you remember? We had like, I don't know if you still have the presentation done for today. That was Lucas and Leticia, or no?
And us and
Lilian and Fernanda too. Are you ready to present?
yes.
Yes.
Yay! Okay. Do you want to share the screen?
Okay.
Please.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I can wait a minute. Okay, ready. Okay, thanks.
I will speak about debating tattoo. Is a new technology. Yes. A special substance makes your skin vibrate every time you get a message or call on our cell phone. The debates when a person receives a phone call, text message, or email alert.
Can you move the images for us?
Não tá conseguindo?
No, no.
Aqui tá tudo certo.
Click the slides. Yes, okay, now it's okay. Next. Yes.
Start it again.
Please, start again.
So, vibrating tattoo is a new technology. Next. A special substance makes your skin vibrate every time you get messages or call on your cell phone. Do you see? Você está vendo?
Yeah, can you see? Yes, I can. Can you see? Yes, I can.
Vibrates when a person receives a phone call, text messages, or email alert. This is useful and safety advanced digit for the aiding
Impaired. Yes.
impairing. That's it.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a good idea to have someone with a vibrating tattoo. So if a person can hear, if you have a vibrating tattoo, would be nice. Thank you so much. Fernanda, what about yours?
Okay, I will share my screen, okay?
Okay.
Everybody can see?
Yeah, we can see that. Very nice. Can you present the screen? Yes, now we can see. Perfect.
So I'll talk about smart bracelet, what it is and the functions. Smart bracelet. The smart bracelet is a very technological and diverse wristwatch. What you can do with it is amazing. Eu acho que eu vou esperar o carro passar para não atrapalhar, entendeu? Então, podem esperar um pouquinho, por favor.
No problem. We can hold it. Okay. It's okay. This bracelet is available to you at Amazon.com. You can buy at a very cheap price. Just to visit www.amazon.com or Shopee.com. It's cheaper. I've been buying RAM memory from AliExpress. Much better.
So
okay, go ahead.
Functions of the smart bracelet. It monitors the heartbeat, blood pressure, blood oxygenation, and sleep quality. It has a staff counter called the call and message reminders, a sedentary lifestyle alert, and an alarm function. It allows you to reject calls and control the music playing on the mobile phone. There are also do not disturb functions, Climate, Facebook, and Twitter notification viewer, as well as working as a remote control for the smartphone camera. That's it.
That's okay, fantastic. Simple presentation and effective. Thank you very much. Okay, and let's stop the presentation. Leticia and Lucas, do you have your presentations done or no?
I have my
okay, yeah.
I already did.
You already done? I already done. Sorry, Leticia. Okay, that was only Lucas. Okay. And Cesar, I asked it already, or no?
I do, but I in cell phone.
That's okay, no problem. Next time you present. Now we finish with Lucas. Lucas, please.
Let me share. Are you seeing my screen?
Can you see? Yes, we can.
Let's talk dangerous things. The base of magnetic implants. A magnetic implant is just a magnet coated on protect in biosafe material that can safely be implanted.
Okay.
Two of most popular reasons someone may want to implant a magnet are sensing an interaction with a small magnet implanted into an area of your body that is dense with nerve endings like the pads of the fingers. Whenever that magnet encounters a magnetic field, it will be moving. That movement, however small, will be picked by the nerve endings around a magnetic plant, and you effectively be able to sense magnetic fields be feeling that movement. How are biohacking implants safely instantly? Our X-series implants are injectable devices which should be easily instantly by medical professionals or professionals' body purses, not tattoo artists. We partner with show professionals and maintain a panel of these partners. And is this my
It's
presentation?
okay. So if a person has a magnet inside their body, they are able to detect the magnetic fields.
Yes,
Wow,
the fingers is the most.
that's dangerous. That's like a magneto, something
Yeah.
like this. Doctor Strange. All right.
But I think
Okay.
it's not so strong because it's not too
Yes.
strong like this.
Anyway, but it's a nice thing. People, thank you so much. Today was a crazy day, but we were able to finish the classes. Okay, and we are finishing recording. Let me stop here.